What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. And in today's video we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played against Huddersfield Town, guys, at home, guys. And let's talk about in today's video, guys, let's just jump straight into it, no messing about. So we made 3 changes from the last game against Cardiff City. Talk about the starting 11. So we started with De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Jones, Shaw, Fred, Matic, Mata, Pogba, Lingard and Rashford. So overall reaction, I think from the get-go, I think this was a game that for Manchester United that we knew that was going to be probably the exact same as Cardiff City. We probably thought that we were going to approach this game and think, you know, we're going to beat these easy. We put them to bed and we got 3 points. It's great to get the result. It's good to get the 3 points and really put the pressure onto Arsenal now. Apply that pressure onto Arsenal because they know now in the next game against Liverpool they need a must win, or they need to get a good draw out of it or something like that. Overall, as a team performance, I think United played very well in this game. I think, you know, in the first half we sort of came out a little bit slow. I felt like in this game, I'm going to give opinion in this game, I feel like we sort of came out a bit slow, but also at the same time we were, you know, on the front foot, but not much was happening. You know, there was not much creativity. There was just not many chances at goal early on in the game. Like if you compare that to Cardiff City, we were on top of it from, you know, the get-go. I think this was a game, you know, we had to really see how Huddersfield were going to play this, how they would go and put the pressure onto United, and how we had to deal with that pressure as well. So we had to be sort of mentally and physically switched on and prepared what was coming our way. Once the whistle went, you know, we had to be straight away alerted of what they were going to be capable of. We had to sort of see how Huddersfield were actually playing this game, and then once we sort of had them come at us, then, you know, they were thinking, you're right, we need to get back on the front foot, start creating chances, test the goalkeeper, you know, do the basics. We did that. It wasn't like the Cardiff game where we, like I just said there, we were on top of it straight away. Inside the first 3 minutes we scored a goal. I think talking about Huddersfield Town, they're a very good side. You know, they've beaten Manchester United before, so that's why they had a real good test as well against Manchester United. That was the difference as well, because obviously Cardiff, you know, they're not the best of teams, they're not playing well, so are Huddersfield. But with Huddersfield, they know they were fighting in this game. They've beaten Manchester United before, so they know what they're doing, but at the same time, they were just also not good enough as a team as well to, you know, beat Manchester United. The first half we sort of came out a little bit flat, not much was happening, not much creativity at goal. The second half we came out, we absolutely bossed it. We got 2 great goals by Paul Pogba, which really killed off the game for Manchester United and which really gave us the good 3 points, coming away with a good victory, a good win. But on hindsight as well, in the first half, once we got that goal from Matic, it's actually Matic's second Premier League goal for Manchester United. Also, on hindsight, you know, it gave us that feel-good factor, you know, of winning at home as well, because obviously, you know, we've been struggling to get wins as well, obviously under Jose Mourinho. So, you know, you can see again, you know, the comparison from Jose Mourinho to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now as well. But I tell you what, once Matic had scored, it made a difference. You know, United were pressing high, putting the pressure on, we created more chances, increased the intensity, the tempo of the game. It got the rhythm going, and once that really gave us the goal, you know, Manchester United were really at it at the end of the first half. You know, we completely controlled and dominated that first half. But going back to the second half, you know, Pogba scored great 2 goals, which we needed. I'll be talking about, obviously you'll see in the title and also the thumbnail of this video, it's all about Paul Pogba in as well, but I'll get into that later into this video. Good to see Pogba back on the score sheet, and that's what we like. Players that, you know, that we weren't playing well under Jose Mourinho has now sort of got a mood back into them, you know, got them back into playing their actual normal football, back to winning ways, and back to, you know, getting 3 points. Let's actually talk about this game and analyse this game now. So as you guys are aware, it was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first game at Old Trafford as a Manchester United caretaker manager, so it's good to see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer back at Manchester United. He's a legend at the club, the fans love him. Let's just see what the future holds for him if he is going to stay at Manchester United. That's also another thing what I want to talk about right now, actually, is that, you know, can we see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being Manchester United's permanent manager? I think right now it's too early to say. He's only 2 games in, won 2 games, he's got 6 points, but it's too early to say that because, you know, we've got a massive game against PSG coming up in the next 2 months. If we're capable and we can beat PSG, I think that shows that we've really stepped it up a level. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will want to probably win the Champions League. So let's see, because that could be a good potential for Manchester United, and that will really lift the confidence in the team, and that will really get the team spirit back in the fucking team, I tell you, for a fact. United started the game quick but slow in the game, a bit flat in times. United got on the front foot. We still managed to get on the front foot, but just not much was happening from Manchester United. I think this is a game for United. We had to get used to how Huddersfield are playing the game. This was a game for United to be patient for the goals to come, because I was just thinking in the first couple of minutes, I was thinking, when we beat Cardiff 5-1, we were on top of it. Within the first 2 minutes we were on top of it. We got our first goal, really. In this game, we were on top of it. We knew what we had to do, which was score goals. Once you get one, you'll want another goal and another goal. And that's what we did. But, we just weren't I would say it wasn't the best performances, but we still got the win, we still got the victory, we still walked away with the 3 points, which is good enough anyway. We get through from minute 1 to minute 90. We can see United are on the front foot, but just not many chances were created early in the game. We can see that Huddersfield are trying to put in a good game against United. We could see that from start to finish with Huddersfield. Huddersfield at times were making good runs and some good counter-attacks. They were causing United problems defensively. United had dealt with those problems well. Our defence was rock solid, I must admit. In hindsight, they really didn't bother our defence as well. Huddersfield had a great chance at goal to go 1-0 up by a great throw-in. So, there was times where they were a threat as well. I think for Huddersfield, what really probably annoyed them was that, they couldn't really take the chances. That's what United had to do. We had to take our chances, be clinical at goal, and put our chances away, really. Once, obviously, they had that good spell, you could see De Gea was really screaming at his defenders and bollocking for that. So that really was like a wake-up call for Manchester United. We were just literally completely flat. I think that at that point, the defence was still asleep at the time. So we really needed a bollocking, and that's where the bollocking came into the game. And then I looked at Huddersfield's lineup, and I'm not even a Huddersfield fan, I would usually look at United's, but I looked at their lineup, and they're playing 5 at the back. When they play 5 at the back, it means that, we need more out of the front 3, and we need more in the final third as well. You had to really dig deep as well into this game to, really get the 3 points out of Huddersfield. That's where then the players were then all around Huddersfield's half. We had players high up the pitch. Rashford had a great chance at goal. Dalot had a great chance at goal as well. That's where we started testing the goalkeeper. Again, Rashford had another good chance in the game. United are playing with width and pace. We've got the likes of Rashford, Lingard, Matic, great players in there, Hence, that we had no Martial, we still managed to win the game. Also, no Lukaku as well, and no Sanchez. So that's what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is really happy about, because in the next 2 games, they're all going to be probably involved. To bring them 3 back will give us more width, more pace in the team, and to really get at the teams now and just really go for it. And that's what the players are adapting to now. They're really going for it when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is managing the players. United are playing with a high intensity, a high tempo. At the same time, there was just not much creativity. But United must be clinical in front of goal and take our chances. We need to keep the pressure onto Huddersfield, keep going as a team. The first goal came. Rashford put in a great corner. Lindelof heads it towards goal. Great save by the keeper. Matic is the first one to react and puts it in for 1-0. United then looked more sharp on the ball. The rhythm was quicker. United are creating more chances at goal. United are causing Huddersfield problems. The passing is good. The movement is good. United have most of the possession. United have been in control of the game. We've been dominant in the first half. The quality is good. The desire is good. I think when Martial isn't in the team, we still managed to beat Huddersfield, but when you've got someone, Martial, who's quick, fast, got power, still got the fluidity in the team, but also on hindsight, Matic still came in for Martial, but as a team performance there was still fluidity in the team, really. But we still made an impact in the game, really, as well. On hindsight, we've beaten good Huddersfield team. We've beaten them. In these games now that are coming up for Manchester United, we can't just walk away and say, we've won, we've got the 3 points, move up the table, we're getting there, you know, we're getting there. We're literally on Arsenal's backside now. The more we keep doing that, obviously the more we're going to get good results and stuff like that. But every win we walk away with, we cannot get too carried away. If we get too carried away, it means that we're going to lose probably a stupid game that we shouldn't really lose, really. United had a lot of energy in the team. United made some good counter-attacks and some good runs, but we just couldn't put our chances away. Overall, a good first half for Manchester United. It really got the players back into it as well. Second half, United needed to keep pressing at Huddersfield, keep the pressure onto Huddersfield, keep causing their defence problems. United really need to turn up the volume a little bit, you know, need to increase the tempo and the intensity a little bit more as well. United started slow, so again, back-to-back halves, we started the game a little bit slow. Huddersfield started quick. They knew that, you know, Manchester United are 1-0 up, there's still chance to come back into this game. Huddersfield fighting back in the game because, you know, they thought they were going to put on a very good performance, you know, for their away fans as well. You know, try and cause an upset, but that didn't really happen. Huddersfield looked dangerous at times during the second half. Huddersfield had some good chances at goal. They had to pull off a great save to keep United into the game. A very good crucial save to keep us in the game. That's where then Solskjaer needed to react and bring on substitutions. I was pretty shocked the fact how he brought them on so early into the game, but on hindsight, if you think about it, Mourinho did not bring on players around in the 50th minute. He would wait till about the 75th minute to bring on substitutions. Dalot went off for Young. I'll talk about Dalot's performance. Did not receive the ball often enough despite the space he was afforded. Missed a great chance to score his first goal. Fred went off for Herrera. Talk about Fred's performance. Began positively and spread the ball about, but then regressed as Huddersfield refused to yield quickly enough. Buckton substituted. That then allowed Young to play more out wide, and we just didn't see that much from Dalot as well. United needed more experience in the team, and that's why Solskjaer made the changes. Solskjaer made changes to calm things down as well into the game, because we could see that Huddersfield were really coming at us, so he had to really make those changes to really just settle the game down and just get back on the front foot, really. United then were really pressing high up the pitch, getting numbers high up the pitch. United had options left, right and centre. United were a threat on the counter-attack. United are piling the pressure onto Huddersfield. Huddersfield felt it. Second goal, Rashford passed it to Matic. Matic passed it to Herrera. Herrera passed it to Pogba, and Pogba finishes it for 2-0. That was a great team performance goal from Rashford to Pogba. What an outstanding team performance that was to the lead of that goal. I think that's the best one I've probably seen out of this season so far. Passing a lot, you know, we were doing 1-2 passing, you know, the movement's quick, you know, bum, the distributions are great, the link-up play is good, the work rate is fantastic from the players. Huddersfield made a few changes. The changes for Huddersfield just didn't really make an impact in the game. United were in Huddersfield's half a lot. That caused them a ton of problems. United then started to really dictate the pace well in times. United kept going as a team. United aren't finished with Huddersfield yet. United are consistently pushing. Third goal, Matic passed it to Lingard. Lingard changes direction, passed it to Pogba. Pogba hits it and puts it in for 3-0. Jesus, about a good 18 yards away from the goal, and he just puts it away. What an absolute thunderbolt of a goal that was from Paul Pogba. Is Paul Pogba back in form? I hope it is. I think now that you've seen Pogba starting to perform, Phil Jones starting to perform, Matic started to perform, all these players that were sort of playing absolutely and now turning up to these games. They're performing well, the work rate from the players is to perfection of where we need it. The level of the performance is just absolutely outstanding. Is Paul Pogba back in form? Yes, I think it is. We're seeing the real Paul Pogba. Jose Mourinho said to Paul Pogba in front of all of his teammates that he was a virus. Now you're seeing Paul Pogba starting to perform well. And if you see Paul Pogba to start perform well, you're going to see all the other players that were playing absolutely poor under Jose Mourinho are now going to start to perform for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Pogba, he scored 2 goals, got 2 assists. It's just what you want from him. And obviously now there's been links for him of going back to Juventus or going to Barcelona. And if he starts putting in some good performances, all that talk will be gone. It'll be gone by the summer. because, you know, when Mourinho was still in charge, they were itching of really signing Paul Pogba back at Juventus because they knew that United were just not playing well. When you see the real Paul Pogba play so well and that is on top of his game, you get the work rate out of him and you get him to perform now in these games. You'll see a different Paul Pogba. So if you see a different Paul Pogba, you'll see a different Phil Jones, a different Matic, a different Pogba, a different Sanchez as well. These are players that both Sanchez and Paul Pogba, they weren't sure about their futures in the club. But if Sanchez comes back in the club now and starts performing well, he's going to perform well, and Pogba's going to start performing well. They all know it's a new manager, so they're all going to perform for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. At that point, United found a breakthrough. United found a third goal to kill the game off. The transition from a defence to attack is quick. Midfield was fantastic. The likes of Matic played great, and Pogba as well. It's what we needed from the attack. We're getting everything out of the final third. There is no chance of Huddersfield coming back into the game. This is a game where Huddersfield have their spell and United just completely turn it around completely. United made our last and final change. Mata went off for Gomez. Talk about Mata's performance. Out of kilter for much of the first half as he came in for the unwell Martial. Atoned with his role in the second half. The fans were absolutely loving it. They were in full voice throughout the whole game. You know, they're loving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the club. United didn't want to make any mistakes for the last couple of minutes. Talking about mistakes, United conceded a late goal. It's frustrating and annoying when you've been the better team and you scored 3 goals, and with about 5 minutes remaining to go, you go and concede a goal. It's frustrating. They'll be kicking themselves, but that's where you just suddenly just switch off for a split second. You gotta be ready for these decisions that are coming your way, and that's where you gotta be mentally prepared, and you gotta watch that is going on around you as well. Let the mistakes happen now and we can learn from them. That's what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said in his press conferences. You make mistakes, you got to really learn from them at the end of the day. United then kept it tight at the back. United just wanted to hear the final whistle. The final whistle went. Manchester United 3, Huddersfield Town 1. Win done, 3 points done. That's more like it. 2 out of 2 for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Next up, Bournemouth. Bournemouth are 11th in the table. They've just got absolutely battered by Tottenham, 5-0. I don't think they're going to be able to bounce back from that. Bournemouth are a team that, you know, they have some good games, you know. They know the teams that are really playing absolutely poor. When the teams are not playing so well in games, they'll go really at it. So that's where they fight in the game. But I remember last time round at Old Trafford, we just won that game 1-0, and we just about won the game. I've said this in videos. I'm going to say it again because I just love saying it. If we're mentally and physically prepared and we come in the right state of mindset and we do all that good stuff, approach the game well. Bournemouth, you know, they've just got absolutely battered by Tottenham 5-0. They're not going to come into Old Trafford next week and think, oh yeah, we're going to beat Manchester United. We're literally coming back into to see the real Manchester United now. So at the end of the day, we're coming into a good game against Bournemouth. Bournemouth have just been battered 5-0. They won't be able to come back from that, you know, against Manchester United. You know, it's at home as well, so we'll win this game for sure. We have to. We can't lose to Bournemouth. But on paper, we should be beating Bournemouth. We should win it because it's a new manager, new tactics, different style of play. Bring it on. Hope you guys have enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in the video in the next couple of days. And peace.